I've noticed this just in general. I think there's this interesting void that is being left by Minecraft. There was a void for ages left by Counter-Strike. Well, not Counter-Strike. Well, sort of Counter-Strike before CSGO came out. And then there's this huge void left by I mean, everything. Every major popular game eventually loses its fan base. Everybody moves on and either finds new things or just gets bored of it. And so for a while, you know, there was nothing, and then Overwatch shows up, and a bunch of the shooter people get, like, really into it. And I think right now we're kind of in that void of Minecraft, that there hasn't been anything good since. And it's brought us, actually, quite a lot of really cool sandbox experiences that probably owe, at least in part, some of their, like, existence to the veritable juggernaut that is Mojang. Well, maybe not juggernaut, sleeping whatever, frickin' I don't know. But, like, if it weren't for Minecraft, a lot of games wouldn't exist. Hell, maybe this game wouldn't exist, I don't know. But now that Minecraft's kind of petered out and people have kind of lost interest in it, everybody's kind of quietly waiting for the next big sandbox experience to come along. So, scrap mechanic. A bunch of people jumped on that because it looked amazing, and honestly, it still kind of is. Do I know if Cube World is still being updated? I know Wally is still working on it, but does that count as being updated? I don't know. But so people are waiting for the next new big thing, and so that's why you get all these YouTubers popping on these, like, new stuff. And, like, playing the shit out of it, being like, is it the next Minecraft? Is it the next whatever? And everybody, like, pops onto it and then moves along. I think it's actually kind of, breaking people a little bit. I think early access might actually be one of the worst things to have happened to the game development community, but also one of the best, because it's giving a lot of games the chance to exist that wouldn't normally exist just because they don't have the money to make the games from start to finish on their own. Same thing with Kickstarter. Kickstarter is one of the best and worst things to ever happen to gaming, but I'm down with it because it brought us stuff like Hollow Knight, but it also brought us stuff like Mighty Number 9. And it boggles my mind that Mighty Number 9 got way more money than Hollow Knight did, when Hollow Knight is clearly the superior game. The Astronauts sandbox game is funny to watch. Yeah, Astroneer. Astroneer is amazing. It's really well done. And even though it's kind of a buggy piece of crap and very shallow, it's got so much promise and is absolutely the reason why early access should be a thing, because people's feedback comboed with you know, extra funding during development means that it will turn out to be a true masterpiece. Probably by the time it's done. I mean, it's already great. Mighty Number 9 looked good at the time. No, it didn't. It looked okay. The concept art looked great. They didn't have anything for gameplay. I generally refuse to even be interested in Kickstarters unless they have a direct example of what gameplay is going to look like. Like, I will admit, I'm a little bit disappointed how clunky Moonlighter is, combat-wise, but the core gameplay loop is fun enough that I don't mind. Yeah, it's also the fact that funding does not direct the game. Yeah, no, there are tons of companies that mismanage. I mean, take a look at Duke Nukem Forever. That was pretty much a shoo-in for being incredibly successful, and they completely mismanaged it forever. Surprising nobody. How many of these mystery seeds do I have, by the way? Because I can cut down 13 trees. Let's do that. Because I need a ton of wood for this. But yeah, so to roll back several points, you see a lot of these YouTubers get really famous because of one of these games. So there was like a huge Gmod craze for a while, but that has since, you know, died down for the most part and is you know, probably for the best. Gmod is great fun, but it needed more development. If Garry's Mod 2 comes out, I think that would be amazing. But so there are a ton of channels that lived and died based on their Garry's Mod content, and constantly putting out, you know, constantly putting out new content and whatnot. And that was good for them, but as the audience moves away from it, some of these channels literally don't know what to do. There's a point where they all kind of sit down and say, oh shit, nobody wants to watch my videos anymore. Why? And so you end up with a lot of YouTubers specifically that, I will admit, whenever I see those, like, the algorithm is against me. Whenever I see those videos, I actually kind of cringe a little bit, because from my perspective, it's usually just the nature of the beast that's against these people, and whenever they start complaining about it, I'm just like, it feels like they just fundamentally do not understand how YouTube works as a whole, because it's a very formulaic site, and it involves constantly churning out new content, and after a certain point, people lose interest in new content. There are certain, like, weird unicorns that exist in the vacuum of everything else. I've got a buddy, Wells Knight, awesome dude, who managed to build a really strong brand based off of Minecraft recently. And props to him. I could never do that sort of thing, but he managed to make it work, and he still manages to make it work. But, you know, that sort of thing is generally an exception beyond all else. And honestly, the reason why he did so well at it is because he understands something called search engine optimization. This is, when I was talking about, you know, not understanding how YouTube works, and why, like, a lot of, why I wouldn't recommend getting a boost to, get big on YouTube. It's because a lot of channels that get that big boost don't really understand search engine optimization. I've known a number of channels that pop up in the void. You know, a new game comes out, they manage to get hundreds of thousands of views and a ton of subs just based on their successes with this one singular game. But they never learn how to actually do any of the back-end work. So when it comes to move on to new series, usually they just can't. But so, like, I will look at larger YouTubers and their tags, and oftentimes their tags, they just don't have tags. And if you don't know what tags or search engine optimization is, it's like, if you ever look at a title on YouTube and it'll be like, you know, Let's Play Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles Part 1. Effectively, anytime anybody types in Let's Play Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or Let's Play Yonder, or the Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles Part 1, you know, that kind of mix, it'll show up on those search results, based on some kind of weird arbitrary ruling on YouTube's side. I don't know what the math is, but this is how it works. And so, by having those in both the title, the tags, and the description, you actually get a lot of, potential search results if you do it right. It's how my channel survives. Because if it wasn't for search results, I'd be doomed. Because I'm not a viral channel, I don't get really big off of one game, I just make a bunch of videos and have fun with them. But, you know, look at YouTubers and they'll have the YouTuber's name, funny moments. But, like, when you're making a tag, you have to have it as, like, one long string. You can't just have Wanderbot, funny moments. Like, that doesn't work. Because the only time those tags are going to work is specifically if they're, the only times those tags are going to work is if you actually just search in funny and then moments as separate things. And a lot of YouTubers don't get this. And so you end up with a lot of these, like, huge old guard YouTubers who, like, really made it big back in 2012 or 2013. And they did great with it, especially in the vacuum of any, like, real competition. And so they make these, you know, series. They get big, but they don't know how to compete with people anymore. They don't know how to do search results, and for the most part, they just play what they know, and then get kind of upset when it doesn't work for them anymore. And I almost feel like it's YouTube's fault for not actually, I almost feel like it's YouTube's fault for not teaching its larger channels this. It just lets them die. There's a lot of great YouTubers that have just kind of petered off because they simply can't adapt to how the system specifically works. And they're trying now, which is good, but for the longest time, YouTube was just silent. It was totally mute. Anytime, that did not have a planting point. Wait, yeah, it did. It's just a hidden planting point. Weird. Well, I probably have a shit ton of wood, don't I? Let's go make a bunch of planks. If we're lucky, we can actually, make that bridge and go check out that weird spot. But, words. How's it gonna go with it? Okay, but, so you end up with a lot of these channels that they just die, and it's super sad. It's why, you know, when people bring up X-YouTuber and they're like, you know, they haven't really been relevant anymore. It's because they don't have the SEO to do it. It's why, channels like, I'm gonna say, I said I was trying not to do specifics, but like Blitzkriegsler and Dragast specifically are masters of search engine stuff. And those guys managed to grow incredibly fast and well. And the phone's almost out of juice. Because they knew exactly what to do. They knew how to target audiences. They knew what tags, titles, descriptions fit in such a way that it will bring a ton of people in and keep them around, because they know how to, like, juggle fan bases and, like, keep to a niche. And that's actually, like, that's the right way to go about it. It's smart. Smart YouTubing. And it's why, you know, those YouTubers are thriving when everybody else is generally complaining about, like, low views and the algorithm being against them. There are obvious exceptions to things. There's word of mouth. Part of the reason why CNanners did so well for ages was because of word of mouth. You know, everybody kind of knew about him because he was doing these really great things. Game Grumps. Game Grumps is super popular, and probably will remain so just because of how, like, ubiquitously entertaining they are and how much they actually, you know, cover. They switch between all sorts of things, so it's hard to get bored of them, and even if you do get bored of them, you come back. I'm speaking from personal experience at this point. I've been watching Game Grumps lately. For better or worse. Liquid entertainment. Yeah. Pretty much. And I can't begrudge them for that. I mean, it's awesome that they do it. I'd have to check their tags at some point. I would not be surprised if Game Grumps did not understand how... I wouldn't actually be... Oh, I can hear my phone in the corner. I pulled it up so I could see how many people are watching. Because Twitch is all sorts of busted tonight. But so they, you know, they managed to do fairly well with it. So this kind of rolls into, actually a good question. So somebody's asking, what are my thoughts on clickbait? I actually really think clickbait is a terrible thing. I think clickbait is a terrible idea if you want to run a channel. And I think it's, bad for the market. So... I will admit I engaged in this a little bit, but my clickbait is fairly minor. So, like, my first episode for this series was Breath of the Stardew Valley or something stupid like that. And that might actually, like, be a little bit, but, like, not really. I don't know. I guess I'm the first to admit fault if I can, just so I don't feel scummy. But, But clickbait is actually, like, really bad for channels. Generally, because what ends up happening is, say you make a really clickbaity video. And it pulls in millions and millions of views. How many of those people are actually going to stick around? The problem is clickbait is, by nature, vapid. It's empty. Very rarely is clickbait actually something that promises what it actually delivers. So, for example, you'll see all sorts of thumbnails being like, oh, what's a great example of really dumb, shitty clickbait? Well, actually, there are these channels, for example, that that have put out quote-unquote fake, let's say, Destiny 2 footage, being like, I got to play Destiny 2! Look at all this cool gameplay footage! Really, all it is a, it's, all they're doing is just rehashing, the trailers and, you know, pre-released assets. And so, they effectively managed to accrue a ton of extra views based on nothing. And it can actually work for a little while. Some of these people will manage to make something of it. But most of the time, they just get a bunch of empty views and then a bunch of empty subscribers that simply will not stick around. I need more twine. Well, it's okay. Oh, I can make a whole bunch of twine, I believe. Oh, yeah. But, you know, you got these channels that make this, like, incredibly vapid content. But how many of you guys are actually, like, interested in subscribing to a channel that creates incredibly vapid content? My assumption is most of you guys watching this will probably just click away once you realize that you've kind of been tricked. And I've done it. I've done it many times where I, like, find a video or a series or whatever. And I'll be, like, searching. I'll actually be searching for, like, guides or tips and stuff like that, and I'll find out that it's not even... Oh, yeah! Whenever I have a tech problem, sometimes I'll, like, look up... Oh, god damn it. This place is made out of poop. The hell is this place? Wow, this game looks lame. Hope it has more substance, but it seems unlikely. It's the dev team. This is adorable. I wonder if this game will present any actual challenges. Yeah, so these are the various developers writing kind of negative things. If I could buy games, I'd make it much better. Oh, if I could build games, I'd make it much better. Oh, look at that zoom out for the cave moment they copied. How very self-aware. Literally the worst game ever. And big old treasure chest. 10 coin! Hey! But, like, I can see why people do clickbait. You know, putting boobs in thumbnails and stuff like that. Like, you do actually get some lowest common denominator views that stick around. But I find it generally just doesn't work very well. And unfortunately, YouTube kind of pushes this stuff. Because if a bunch of people are clicking on a video, it must mean that it's worth watching, or at least it's worth kind of touting. So that's why you'll get a bunch of YouTubers that you really don't care about in your feed, because YouTube kind of takes popular videos and they're like, oh, this is popular for some reason, and they're not thinking. This is a machine doing the thinking for you. Oh, they're internet trolls. Makes sense. I like that. But so YouTube sees that a video is, you know, doing well, and they're like, okay, let's share that. So it's why you generally get to see a bunch of clickbaity stuff, because those are the ones that pull in a ton of vapid views quick. But luckily, actually, YouTube's been making some serious strides to rectifying this issue. So I had a meeting with a YouTube manager, I guess almost a year ago, now that I'm thinking about it. I should probably see if I can get another one there. Like, get another meeting with them. See if I can get that YouTube partnership so I can start getting sponsors there. That'd be nice. But so she had specifically told me that one of the mechanics that they're really starting to push is watch time. And that's why clickbait videos, well, they kind of have still been existing. I want to say they've been doing worse lately. They still do okay. The problem is they still exist because search terms help them live. But they don't get very good watch time, and so as a result, they don't have that much of a long tail. They do in the I don't know. It's hard to have a specific opinion on that. But so she told me, like, the thing that YouTube wants the most are videos. Not videos that do well, but videos that the next video does well on, if that makes sense. So they want videos where you will watch video A and then move on to video B, and then C, and then D, and then E. So a video that inspires somebody to go watch 7 more YouTube videos is a video they consider valuable, and will, therefore, you know, specifically go for. And I actually think that's a really sensible system. Try contact a manager tomorrow. I mostly haven't, just because I'm lazy. Oh shoot, I probably should have stopped by a farm. I don't really have much I can sell in here. Or maybe I do. I do and I don't. Let's pop back on this. Which one of these are actually near a farm that I can warp between? Maybe you? You are decent. Okay. Wonder how do you make so many videos? I have no life. Oh, we want to go to the sage stone in that kind of deserty area. I don't even know how to get there. We'll try anyway. We'll figure it out. Sounds like YouTube is trying to make you an addict. Yeah, it's oh shit, we've got every sage stone. Didn't even process that. Is it this one? Or this is the one? No, this is the one I just did. Wait, no, I have a farm here, don't I? Okay, now I feel like a crazy person. I swear I built a farm, like, just up ahead. Isn't there a farm here? No. Why do I think there's a farm here? There's that farm there. Where's my farm here? I don't know. I'm confused. Yeah, I'm supposed to have a farm in this area, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, how do I create so many videos? Because I do this. I've been streaming for a little over 5.5 hours. That's gonna probably turn into about 11 videos. Maybe a little bit more. And if I put out 10 videos a day and record 13 videos a day. Yeah, here's my farm. For whatever reason, it didn't show up. I have no idea why. Maybe I haven't used it yet? Maybe? I don't know. Well, I guess I could just put some farm stuff down. That might not be a bad idea. But yeah, it's just not being marked for some reason. Maybe I never did this? Well, oh, we gotta pull some things out of my inventory to get this. Let's find every seed that we've got. We might as well turn this place into a actual farm. Oh, hey, tree seeds. Should probably grab those. Did I have any more seeds? I really wish I could sort this. That'd actually be kind of nice. I don't see any other specific seeds here. I'll continue to grab the tree seeds that we got. But yeah, we're just gonna put down every plant plot. I'm just gonna use this area as a reliable farm because it's relatively easy to get to from a warp spot. But yeah, let's grab some tree plots too, just in case they actually do something interesting. Where's my farm plots? I've already lost them. Ah, there they are. All 50 of them. Let's see. But yeah, unfortunately YouTube is, it exists specifically to, YouTube exists specifically to make people keep coming back, for better or worse. And honestly, like, it's fine. Most people can... I don't know, I have yet to hear of anybody with a specifically, like, problematic YouTube addiction. It probably exists. Like, people that are too addicted to YouTube. But seeing as it's something you can kind of... do on your... while you're distracted, it doesn't seem like it would be that impossible. I don't know. I guess I'm technically not a YouTube addict. I'm a serious game addict, but like, I make it work. Yeah, so I want to turn this into some kind of Uber farm, if I can. Luckily, planting is incredibly easy in this game. Holy crap. Wow. Game does that part right. Okay, let's plant some trees. We might as well use up all of my mystery seeds, seeing as I can get more. There we go. Wood farm. So hopefully this will turn into something fairly reasonable. Yeah, we have no animal care. Unfortunately, I just don't want to get an animal here. We could get one animal here. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's do that, for better or worse. But I have no idea if farm rating actually matters. It'll help the area exist. Okay, so we want to grab the herbs, and we want to grab small animal pen. Wander has no organization. Organizations for chomps. Oh, we should probably get the food thing. Well, I'll do that. I don't know if I need food or water. Like, I really don't actually know if the animals need it. But it's in my best interest to have them anyway. I really wish this was like Fallout, where I could just press the button and get it to go. I was going to be playing Warframe after this. Whoops. I'm dumb. And tired. It should have enough time, space to move through here. I think. I could be wrong. Okay, let's go capture us a bunny and bring it home. Take a little bit, but the location isn't bad. I guess technically I could have turned this into one great big, fluffy fabbit farm. But I guess, I mean, my main farm is decently fine for that sort of thing, too. These guys are hella slow, though. Come on, come back. You slow creature. Well, at least we're almost completely done with, this game, probably. Wonder... what's my favorite genre of game? I have no idea. Sandbox RPG, maybe? Maybe. The problem is, like, there's the execution and then there's the potential. And both of those are completely separate issues. Because I've got a bunch of games that I like. And I like their genre. Like, I like Metroidvanias a lot. I think Metroidvanias and roguelikes are great. I don't know. It's impossible for me to specifically say. Wonder how many videos do you have backlogged? For this game, 15, maybe, give or take. I've been recording for three hours. That'll probably be 5 to 6 episodes, give or take. And then I probably have, what, 3-4 hours from... still backlogged from other recording sessions, so yeah, probably about 15 episodes. It's a lot. What stone is that? Oh, no, that's the sage stone underground. That underground sage stone makes me sad, because it's not actually nearly as convenient as it looks. Okay, right. Oh. No, I'm sort of dumb. We actually want to go back to our settlement for a second and grab a bunch of things that are worth money. This is going to be the last thing I do in-game. I want to go quickly I want to go quickly grab a bunch of things that are actually worth stuff so that we can work on that stone crafting thing, because, oof, that's pricey. Oh, like all my videos in total for backlog. That's a fascinating question. It is a lot and a little. I've got like whole series backlogged that have never hit YouTube. And I don't know if they ever will. For current series, I mean, anywhere from Fallout has like a good 20 episodes. Moonlighter definitely has like 10 to 15 spare ones. There's a lot. I'm not very good at estimating, just because I don't keep track of it. I'm very much like a focus on the present kind of person, for better or worse. Okay, so we want to go. That sailor outfit is not going to be worth anything, but the fur coat will be. I'm going to grab the floppy beanie just in case. Ooh, we picked up that that blue clothing somewhere. Yeah, here we go, the basic tunics. I can sell those for an amount. Same thing with the traveler slacks and the rucksacks and whatnot. How's my inventory looking? Yeah, I've got plenty of space. How long has this game been out for? Tuesday. So, since yesterday, I think. Not very long. But that's okay. Ah, there are so many good games. It's part of the reason why I'm binging this so hard, because I want to finish it. Whereas I don't want to be bogged down with, what is it? This one. There we go. I don't want to be bogged down with a bunch of series that I still need to film. Regalia of Men and Monarchs is an absolutely wonderful game that I've been recording for 2 months now, and I wish it was done, but we still have a decent amount left in it, which is nonsense crazy. I'm totally fine with it, but like, oof. Oh, right, we wanted to go back to this person, so they could deliver me the thingamadoo. Okay, well, that's fine. This game looks neat, but very empty. It is. If this could have the level of world exploration that it does, crossed with the, like, farming depth of something else and, like, kind of responsibilities of, like, Stardew Valley, I think it would be amazing. Okay, so we've got the cloud catcher, got that, send word if we ever need a ghost cleared, gotcha. Okay, anyway. So all we need is one more thing, and then we can progress with the plot, which might actually just finish the game. Could be wrong. Oh, if you play a game for months on end, it should be a good game. Generally, yeah. Not always, but generally, yeah, it is actually a sign of it being a very good game. Regalia of Men and Monarchs is fantastic. The main issue with it is just, it's long, like all indie RPGs and whatnots. Okay, so they will buy sticks from me for a ton. So let's do 35 sticks. Right, I should probably have brought all the constructor tools along. Well, I guess we can make some constructor kits. So what do I need for this? Cobblestone. Do you sell cobblestone? He should. He better. He better. He does not. This is a fact that makes me kind of sad. Oof. Okay, I'll just make cobblestone. I mean, how much what do I need for cobblestone? Actually, cobblestone's not impossible to make. It's not even that hard. I might have to buy all my sticks back from this guy, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, 100-hour JRPGs do not make for popular Let's Plays. Yup! It's, a bit of a shame. But totally makes sense. Okay, let's make a couple more constructor kits. Yeah, because I gotta make tons of arches. Tons of pillars. Need one more cobblestone for this. Seriously, bridge making is painfully expensive. And we need mortar and constructor kits anyway. Well, do I have enough for any of the bridges? Because I wouldn't mind making one bridge before I go to bed. This one seems most likely to be doable. Do I have it? Oh. No. I don't. I need more pillars. Well, that's fine. A lot of people say stream Zelda. Zelda is not a 100-hour JRPG. Zelda is a fantastic game and not a JRPG. Persona is a JRPG. Regalia is an IRPG, an indie RPG. And that is a genre that is filled with treasures that nobody seems to care about, which is a darn shame.